Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I'm pretty good. Hope you are too. It is about 10:30 Central Time, and I am where I parked my truck in Dallas at Atomic Truck Parking. Got here about 9 o'clock. I was about an hour late. Just a bunch of things kept me from getting here on time. One, I overslept because I was up too late last night, and number two, I had to turn around and go back to the house after I left because I forgot some stuff for my future students because I'm just not with it. So I checked in when I got here. That was at 9 o'clock. I finally got a response about 9:45. There's 27 trucks in North Texas, and there's 17 loads short, and I am number 10. Should have got here at 8 like I had planned on it. Or earlier. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully I don't have to sit here much longer. Weekend was good. If you saw my last video, I went to Gats and had a really good time there. I met a couple of other Maverick drivers there. I think 4 altogether. Only one of them was wearing anything with Maverick on it, and he was wearing a hat. But I was wearing a shirt and a hat, just because I like to wear the company logos. I just do. You notice almost every video wearing a company shirt, especially since I got more of them. But I'm not wearing one of their hats today, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's see. Truck show was really good. A lot of good pictures. Took a lot more. I took video too, but I didn't post any video. I just posted pictures. Other Maverick drivers, I ran into some people who'd seen me on YouTube. I got stopped, I know, twice, straight up. I said, do I know you? And they go, and I go, I don't think so. They go, oh, I've seen you on YouTube. And we talked for a few minutes. I was like, yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks. Remember to like and subscribe. Check me out on Facebook too. And then a couple other people I heard say, I seen him on YouTube. And I had one little kid, this is no joke, I had one little kid come up and ask me if he could have my autograph. I was like, okay. So I signed his badge. Whatever. I don't make it for make the videos for celebrity. I make it because I get bored. And to tell you what's going on, those that care. Let's see, what else happened? Ran into Lisa Kelly from Ice Road Truckers at the Delco booth, and that's not the first time I met her, talked to her, but my stepson had always wanted to meet her, so we got a chance to get a picture with her for him, and my wife had never met her. I wish Alex Debogorski had been there. That would have been cool. I do like him. I've met him several times. He's a really great guy. Not too interested in all the other dudes. But I watched that show mostly for the entertainment value, because some of the stuff that they go through, or some of the stuff that they do, that's the drama of the show, is completely ridiculous. I don't want to get into too much detail, but watch the first episode of this last season if you're a flatbedder, and watch that one guy in that lumber load. Oh, brother. His solution to that, not to mention the load wasn't even secured, but I'm not going to go there. Secured properly, I should say. Not even the Maverick standards. It wasn't even DOT standard. Ugh. Scary. Met a bunch of other people that I know. I met the people from Truckers Path. It's not the first time that I've met them, but this is the first time that they wanted to really talk to me, and I talked to them for about a half hour about the Truckers Path app, some changes I think that need to be made, and also they wanted to talk to me about my YouTube channel. I'm not going to spend too much on it right now, but if you don't use Trucker Path, you really should. I mean, it is a GPS. Well, no, it's not really even a GPS. It's a trip planning app. It's available on iOS and Android, and I use it But it's good to see its opinion of the route to get from point A to point B. It is not something to plan your trip by step by step by step. It is a real good general path. Its truck specific routing needs work, and they understand it needs work, but it's pretty good. It tries to stick mostly to state highways and interstates, and it's really good about that. But its best quality is its ability to locate truck stops and help you plan your stops. That's its number one quality right now, in my opinion, and I use it literally every day. And I think I'll do a video on it later about how to use it and its qualities. That was one of the things they wanted to talk about. Who else are we into? Ran by the OIDA booth, checked in with them since I'm a life member. It's good, always good to see those people. Sometimes their opinions are a little skewed, but for the most part they get it right. They do fight for the rights of truckers, and they gave me a few things for being a life member already instead of just having to join out. And that was it. I thought the Pride and Polish this year was a little slim on the ground, but then again, this year's show was bigger than last year's, and it was bigger than the year before that. I remember when that show used to take up both main halls of the Dallas Convention Center. It's now called the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center, but it used to take up both halls of the convention center. And it's got really, really small during the recession, and it's starting to come back slowly but surely. This year it was the entire exhibit floor of the, I believe it's the West Wing, I think. It's kind of hard to remember, one whole wing. So it was a good show. I had a good time. My stepson had a great time, and so did my wife. She always comes away with tons and tons of stuff. She was actually pretty good this year. She didn't collect every little thing, and she won a few things too, I think. When they're little giveaways. I didn't. Most of the things I stuck to were hats and shirts. I got a few other things too. Another good app that's out there y'all might want to think about looking into is it's called 120. It's a social media app for truckers, and it's also a GPS or a trip planner. I haven't messed with all that much, but it seems to be all right. They found a couple of my suppliers real quick. So other than that, it was a great weekend. Didn't do much else other than watch TV after the truck show and play on my PlayStation some. Most of Sunday I played on my PlayStation, and I caught up on TV shows on Discovery Channel last night. So that's where we stand. Opening update's pretty long, so we'll have to see what happens the rest of the day. I will let you know. Bye. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I'm pretty good. Last time we talked, I was waiting on a load where I parked my truck, and I finally got one about 12:30. Long time to wait on a Monday. About 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. I'm now in Broken Bow, Oklahoma at Huber Building Products, waiting to pick up some oriented strand board. Plywood, I guess. I don't know. I've never hauled it before. But it goes under 2 8-foot drops, so there you go. I took a different route to get here than what either Jill or Diesel told me to take. I decided to come up through Commerce in Paris, up US 24, as opposed to, I should say, Texas 24. Is it US? Texas? Whatever, it doesn't matter. 24 off of I-30 instead of going all the way down to past Longview, not Longview. I can't remember the name, but coming up 259, way down 30. I saved like about 40 miles. So kind of happy about that. It was a lot closer to what it paid as opposed to what it wouldn't have paid. It took almost 4 hours to get here. It should have taken about 3.5, but I stopped in Hugo at the Choctaw truck stop and went to the bathroom, ate lunch, and answered the phone for a call that I had gotten, and took care of a couple other things, and then headed up here. This place is kind of interesting. You don't check in, you just kind of get in line and you turn on your CB and you wait. And they call 2 people at a time, and then you check in, and then you go inside, load, and come out. I'm not really sure how long it takes them to load. When I got here, I was number 8 in line. I'm now number 5 in line, and 3 guys went in at once. I don't know. If they're only calling 2, well, they let 3 in. I got no clue. Oh well. So this load goes to Breese, Illinois. It's just east of St. Louis for delivery Wednesday morning. Bright and early Wednesday morning, hopefully, because it's going to be it's not a very long run. It's only like 736 miles for the empty and the run. So delivering it on Wednesday kind of cuts into the week, but that's cool. It's going to be a slow week. Anytime you go home empty over the weekend, it's going to be a little bit of a slow week. And then I plan on working over the weekend, whether I have a student or not, so I can make some money. Got to pay them bills. So that's where we stand. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Real quickly, though, I posted this on Facebook. I didn't hear about it until I was reading my emails and my news and everything. Daryl Ward, who I also saw at GATS. I didn't talk to him. I saw him. I met him once before as well, but he's an alright kind of guy. He died yesterday on the way home from GATS. Apparently, he left in a small engine plane from Dallas and was heading home. He lives in Montana, and his plane crashed. Him and the pilot who was flying him died. I think it was a single engine Cessna, maybe it was a twin. I don't know all the details. It's really, really kind of sad. I mean, he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy, and like I said, I met him once before, and I've seen him on the show for the last 3 years, and Ice Road Truckers, and he's a loss. Any driver is a loss for this industry, and my prayers and thoughts go out to the family, because I know he has kids, and of course Lisa Kelly was his business partner in their new, well, not really new anymore, but their trucking company that they were running up there in Manitoba. If you've got a moment, I may never watch the show, or some people probably just call one episode. So if you get a moment, just take a moment to think about him, and end of his run, no more logs for him, and he will be missed in the community of trucking at large. So. With that said, I will talk to y'all later once I get loaded. Bye. Good evening, YouTube. How are you this evening? Or should I say good night? It is about 12:30 Central Time, and I am in Fort Smith, Arkansas, at our little terminal here at Gurnell. It was a long evening, mostly waiting. I think I sat for about 2.5 hours in the gravel lot, and then they called me up and with another truck, and went through the scale, did the check-in, and then drove back to another line of trucks. And I got back there was 4 or 5 guys in front of me. I sat there for about an hour in 15 minutes or so. Hour and 15 minutes. Enough that I got mostly through Deadpool movie. Once I got up there, I was up to the yellow line waiting for my turn to come into the loading area, and the guy on the forklift came out and got my bills from me and pulled me in. I didn't go all that far. I stopped, and they put 12 bundles of the exact same size, kind, on the truck, 6 to a side, double stacked, and which is a novelty for me. Usually my stuff is all jumbled up, or head to toe. It was right in the middle. Actually, it's about 2 feet back from center, and got it all on there, and then pointed me out and said, go to the end so they can scale you real quick. And then so I did that, and after they scaled me, they didn't give me no bills or nothing. Told me to pull out through the doors and strap, and then go into the tarping bay to tarp. So I did. I pulled up. It took me it took them about, I'd say, a half hour to load me. Yeah, he was kind of slow, just one guy. He wasn't really slow. It's just he took his time. I think he took a break or something while he was doing me, because he disappeared for about 10 minutes. Got it all on there, and then scaled and I pull out. It took me all of 15 minutes to strap, and then I had to wait about 10 minutes to get into the tarping bay, and I pulled forward, and they got a nice tarping machine. Doesn't do both sides. It does one. It's a crane, lifts the tarps over, drags it over, and then lays them down. The load was not quite big enough for 2 8-foot drops, but I already had the 8-foot drops out, so we put them both on. So they're actually I wish I had known it was gonna be that small. I would have thrown a 4-foot drop on the rear and used that, but less to bungee. We'd less to fold on Wednesday, but oh well, live and learn. I went to all that trouble to put that 8-foot drop up on the deck. I might as well use it. So I got him on there. He got him on there, and then he got up on the trailer and closed the ends, front and back, because we're not allowed on the trailer. And once he was done, I pulled out, and it took me maybe another 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah, probably about 20 minutes to finish bungeeing it all up, and then when they weren't looking, to sneak around and undo some of the ones that they did. I didn't get up on the trailers, but the corners, they had the bungees going on the outside of the rub rails, and I don't put them on the outside of the rub rails. It's not the Maverick way. So straightening their stuff up and kind of redid it, made it a little bit tight. It's a really good looking tarp job. The photos are on Facebook, and I took off and came up 259 to 59 to 271 to come in here into Fort Smith. It's about it's about a 3-hour drive, closer to 3 hours, because you got to go through those. You can't call them mountains, but they're too tall to be hills. Coming up 259, it's got some pretty steep climbs, and it's got a really steep drop on when you're coming northbound. With all the twists and turns and everything, I think I averaged about 40 miles an hour. I was driving slow anyway. I'm trying to keep my personal speed under 60 or less, so I can work on my PFP, even though I don't need to work on it yet. I'm trying to get myself in the habit now of driving slower, when it's necessary. I was running 7.3 miles per gallon when I got there. I'm down to 7.1 just because of all the pulls, because I'm pretty heavy. I'm 79, I think 79.5 on the weight. It was the total. But so I'm here in Fort Smith. I still have a couple hours left, but I'm not going to go anywhere else. I'm going to pop inside, take a quick shower, and use their microwave to cook me up something to eat, because I'm kind of hungry. And I'm going to crawl in bed and go to sleep. I'm going to get up around 10 o'clock in the morning, and I want to check in with Sam, who's one of the safety guys here, before I head out. I've talked to him a few times on the phone. We've only met face to face once, and I want to kind of just say hi. And then take off and get to somewhere really close tomorrow to where I need to be. I don't know. I can't sleep overnight at the receiver, but I think there's a truck stop pretty close that I might be able to get into. But either way, it's about an 8-hour drive, so I'll probably get there around 6 p.m. tomorrow. Something along those lines with all the stops because of the load checks every 150 miles. But really good day. Happy. I wish it didn't last as long as it did. But as far as loading and unloading and tarping and securing and all that, went really well. Very, very happy. So, because I got it loaded. Loading in 20 minutes, but I got it tarped and secured and tarped and ready to go in about 50 minutes. It's not too bad. And they took about 20 minutes of that to put the tarps on. You can't mess with them while they're doing it. That's all there is to it. So that's it. So until tomorrow, keep the shiny side up. 73s. Chat at you later. Bye.